Thank you for giving me such a precious opportunity to have a short presentation on Japanese butterflies. From now, I'd like to introduce you the ecology and conservation of Parnassius, Luehdorfia, and Sericinus in Japan. First of all, I will explain the cover. Left is the habitat of Luehdorfia. I took this photo this April. Middle is yellow apple. I will introduce you in detail later. Right is the oviposition of Luehdorfia pugiloi. I took this photo at the beginning of May this year. To begin with, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Saito Motoki, aged 48 and from Tokyo, Japan. I got interested in butterflies at the age of 3. After then, I've been chasing them all through my life. But I did not become the professional researcher. I'm just enjoying butterflies as a lifelong hobby. My occupation is a TV journalist working for NHK Japan Broadcasting Corporation. I joined the Division of Science and Culture. One of my best works is the documentary TV program covering the mystic Himalayan swallowtail Bhutanicus radloi in Bhutan in 2011. These are the photos of the coverage. I'm sorry I do not have enough time to talk about this. I had been working as the secretariat of the Butterfly Society of Japan for past 16 years until last year. Now I'm the trustee of this society. Let's move on to the topic. Here I show a partial phylogenetic tree of Papilionidae. Many attractive species are shown on the right side. Many of them might be discussed by another lecturers. In Japan, we have 3 genus under Parnassinae, such as Parnassius, Luehdorfia, and Sericinus. As you know, Japan is located here, shown in red circle. Island country at far east. Our country is relatively diverse in nature because 3,000 kilometers from north to south, 3,000 kilometers from west to east, covering from subarctic to subtropical climate. We are blessed with 250 species of butterflies in this small island country. First, genus Parnassius. We have 3 species here. Yellow one is Parnassius ibasmani. I will introduce you in detail later. 2 species shown on the right side are Parnassius kitorinarius and Parnassius stabendorfi. Their wing patterns are quite unique, quite simple. Usually, as you know, your familiar species Apollo. Most Parnassius species have red or blue spots on their wings, but they are missing in these 2 species. Unique. And these 2 species are relatively abundant in their habitats. You can easily observe them if you come to Japan. No conservation effort is needed at the present. Second, Luehdorfia. We have 2 species, Japonica and pugiloi. And the right, pugiloi is divided into 2 distinct subspecies within Japan, Ezoensis and Inexpector. All are univoltine, appear once in early spring. Luehdorfia is a small genus and only 4 species are known so far from Russia, Korea, China, and Japan. Among 4 species, pugiloi ranges all these 4 countries. Here in Japan, we have pugiloi and Japonica is endemic. Another 2 species in this genus are endemic to China. Apart from economic or political issues, we are competing each other in this respect. Finally, Sericinus. This species is not native to Japan. In 1970s, somebody introduced this species from Korea. Then it settled in several places in mainland Japan. In some places, it is abundant and no fear of the extinction. No conservation effort is conducted. And this species has several broods in a year. Left 2 are springiform, size is smaller. Right 2 are summerform, size is larger. Males are white and females are brown in color. Here I overview all species found in Japan. In total, 6 species of Parnassius, Luehdorfia, and Sericinus are found in Japan. definitely a rich country from the diversity of these primitive swallowtails. Today, the time is limited, so I introduce two of these species in detail. One is yellow apple, Parnassius embarrassmani, and the other is Japanese swallowtail, Luehdorfia japonica. First, Parnassius embarrassmani. This species is known from the Arctic zone, such as Russia, northern China, Alaska of the United States, or Yukon Territory of northern Canada. It is a bit amazing that such an Arctic species ranges in Japan. Of course, Japan is the southernmost limit of its distribution. In Japan, the distribution is quite limited, only found in small part of high mountains above 1,500 meters in Hokkaido, northern Japan. Please see the distribution map shown at the right above. Adult butterfly is seen from June to July. This species is strictly protected by Japanese government. This is the life history of this species. Food plant, Dicentra peregrina. Eggs are laid on the leaves of the house plant or nearby rock. Eggs hibernate, and the following year, larvae hatch and eat the leaves of flowers or of the house plant. Pupa hibernate second year. Third year, the adult butterflies emerge. It takes 3 years from egg to adult butterfly. As I explained, this species is protected under the national law. In addition, all the habitat is inside the national park. Therefore, there is no concern of the destruction of the habitat. However, recently, serious threat is detected about this species. Please see the chart of Japanese annual temperature anomaly on the right. It goes steadily up. Yes, climate change. The temperature is going up and causing negative impacts to this species. One of them is the transition of the alpine vegetation. Please see the image on the right. This place used to be a rocky slope, but now the grass covers all over the slope. House plants tend to grow in sunny rocky field. So this transition means the decrease of house plants. Another problem is deer. In the old days, deer was rarely found at the alpine zone, but recently many individuals are observed inside the habitat. They eat alpine vegetation. This is very serious situation for the conservation of this species. But unfortunately, no comprehensive monitoring is conducted. It is urgently needed to monitor the population of this species for proper conservation. Now, I'd like to move on to the second species, Luehdorfia japonica, Japanese swallowtail. We call it Gifucho in Japanese. Gifu is the name of the prefecture where this species was discovered. Cho means butterfly. This species is described by a famous researcher John Henry Leach in 1889. Right is the original description. Endemic species and one of the symbolic butterflies in Japan. We have the postal stamp featuring this species. This species is protected in many places by local government, but not nationally protected so far. It's true that this species disappeared from many places such as Tokyo, but still very much abundant in some habitats. This is the distribution of two Luehdorfia in Japan. As I explained, Luehdorfia pujiloi has two subspecies in Japan. Blue is the one subspecies, Ezoensis, confined to Hokkaido, northern Japan. Both Luehdorfia japonica and Luehdorfia pujiloi in expector are found in Honshu, the biggest mainland of Japan. As is shown in the map, pink area indicates the distribution of Luehdorfia pujiloi in expector, and yellow indicates the Luehdorfia japonica. Two species are basically allopatric. In very limited place, both are flying together. A few natural hybrid specimens have been recorded. From now, I show you 1 minute video clip of Luehdorfia japonica in the wild. I myself filmed and edited. This movie clip was uploaded on YouTube more than 10 years ago. Can you see the butterfly? Yes, the wing markings are easily melted into the bush. Sometimes it's hard to spot it. This butterfly is now basking to get the power to the flight. Visiting flower is very photogenic. This butterfly emerges at the beginning of butterfly season. It's pleasant to chase this butterfly in the forest, which has just woke up after long winter. This is the life history of Luehdorfia japonica. Host plant is Asalam species. English name is wild ginger. Eggs laid in clusters on underside of the leaf. Larvae are moving in groups at the beginning. Later, the larva moves solely. By the summer, larvae molted into pupa and then spend autumn and winter. Next spring, the adult butterfly emerges. Now, I briefly introduce the threat to this species. One is the habitat loss. Many of its habitats are called satoyama, where human community periodically uses the forest for their living. The image is shown one of those habitats. You can see rice field and bundle of trees for growing mushrooms. This species lives next to the rural community. Human activities make suitable environment for houseplant and nectaring flowers. Rapid economic growth after 1960s caused the habitat. In Tokyo, this species went extinct in early 1970s. Another serious present problem is deer. Now, deer are increasing rapidly all over Japan. According to the Ministry of Environment, deer occupy more than 70% of all animals which cause damage to the forest. They are causing devastating damage to the forest. Please see the photo at the right below. Undergrowth is swept out by deer. This means the houseplant is completely gone. As I mentioned before, this species is one of the flagship butterfly species in Japan. So various conservation efforts are taken in many areas by local government, NPO, or other groups. They are controlling the vegetation, planting house plants, or rearing and releasing butterflies. These are the articles shown in newspaper or website. But at the same time, some issues should be considered. One is the contamination of the population. In some area, the population from another place was introduced. This species has local variation in wing markings and also difference in genetic aspects. We should be more careful from a scientific point of view. The guideline on the proper conservation must be needed. In conclusion, 6 species of Parnassius, Luehdorfia, and Sericinus are found in Japan. Some of them are threatened by habitat loss, climate change, or increase of deer. Comprehensive monitoring and conservation effort from both public and private sector is urgently needed. Thank you for your attention. I hope in the near future I will have the chance to welcome you here in Japan to see many attractive swallowtails. Please feel free to contact me. Last but not least, many movie clips are uploaded in YouTube. You can enjoy Parnassius, Luehdorfia, or even Botanitis from BSJ Tenopalpus. Thank you.